Hi, and welcome to my personal infographic screencast. So today I'm talking about my infographic, and my infograph was a graphic based on how I spend my time. What I wanted to find out was whether I was spending my time productively or not. So before I even started the design, I needed to get data, which is why I created this Excel sheet. This one right here. I have all 24 hours of the day listed. I started with 7 because, it's the time I usually wake up. And I um, kept track of everything I did during the day with these hours. If it was a half hour, I split it and I wrote, half hour. And I tried to keep track of all my time this way so that I could have data for my graphic. The first draft I did was this one, timeout, where do I spend most of my hours? And I felt like it was going to be a good idea to get the face of a clock and break it up to show how I broke up my time. But I feel like it ended up looking like a broken up dollar, and it kind of ended up looking like a mess, like this curved miscellaneous hours, the tilted timeout. It just was all over the place. There was no real structure here. So I scrapped that idea totally and I came up with a new one. I switched over to an hourglass. This hourglass figure to show, maybe a different way to show time. And I changed my title as well. 2 weeks in time. Where does my time go? I changed my title throughout this whole thing. I struggled with the title because I know the title is the first thing that the people are supposed to see, and I wanted it to be the best it could be. So I worked hard at trying to figure out what title would best tell my story. This one wasn't it, but I tried it. Also, another thing wrong with my second draft here was at the top, I had too many categories, too many small categories here, and they ended up getting smashed in when I tried to put them all on here. So what I did was I decided to take all this smaller stuff right here and 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 make it into one category, and I called that category um, miscellaneous. It was my miscellaneous category. So that included things like Facebook, watching TV, eating, the things that ended up that were small portions of what I did. They were less than 1%, 2%. So they weren't all going to fit. And by doing this, it allowed me to have more room and space to add pictures so that I wasn't sitting here with a graphic with words and numbers and, no pictures, because pictures really draw the eye in. So I feel like the pictures kind of um, gave some depth to what I was doing. And I have these categories. I was in class and I wanted to show which classes I was in, so I went and put, the different classes I'm taking, or how I traveled, or, some of the things I did during my regimen, just to show how my time is broken up. So the title here was my final title. I ended up with 2 weeks, Am I Wasting My Time? Which I felt like told my story the best. I did 2 weeks, 10 days, which was 240 hours. Um, and I wanted to separate it from the rest of it, so I added this dashed line so it kind of stood out and eyes went straight up there before they took a look at what else is what's going on. This is supposed to be a pocket watch acting as a colon. I'm not sure if it's doing the effect I want, but um, it tells time. So basically, I learned that there are a lot of details that go into graphics, like every little thing, from the font type, the size, the color, to the placement and direction of the objects. It's just very, very, the little details, like what size the line should be, what color the line should be, um, whether or not to to add these extra things right here, or what size these little things should, those little subcategories should be. There's a lot of details into this, so it takes a lot of time. It's very fun to do, but it's very time consuming work. So I recommend anybody who does this to take to time manage wisely. Okay, so this is my screencast. 2 weeks, Am I Wasting My Time by Megan Perry. Thank you.